Can you believe it's already been a month since the last time that I told you that every 30 days I look at the 30-day trending tab on all of the most popular STL websites and bring you the best 3 practical prints, the best 3 art slash just cool prints, the best 3 under 1 hour prints in case you're in a time crunch, and then 1 bonus print that all came out in the previous month. So you're only getting a highlight reel of all of the best STLs that came out in the previous month. You all absolutely loved the last episode of this series, so much so that we just passed 25,000 subscribers. And I really want to say thank you to YouTube for congratulating me appropriately. Who knows what's next? 30,000? 40,000? That's all up to you and if you decide to press that little red button or not, but you can wait till the end of the video to see if it's really worth it. But if you do make it to the end of the video, you have to subscribe. That's just the rules. As always, I will have all of the original creators and the links to all of these files in the description down below, so you can go print these for yourself. Considering this is the July episode, that means summer is here, so there's going to be a lot of summer related prints that get you ready for your next barbecue, or beach trip, or hike, or arts and crafts fair. With that being said, let's get started with our practical prints for July. Starting off strong with the summer prints in the practical category, we have the Pop Top Lite. This print is basically like adding a bank vault to your soda to keep out all of those pesky insects. In other words, it adds a lid to your soda. That's it. But it pops open with just the press of a button, which is pretty cool. It's like those fancy Owala water bottles. This is the perfect print to bring to your barbecue. It only takes an hour and a half of your time and like 34 grams of filament, which in this day and age is not very much, especially considering there's a Bambu sale going on right now. The amount of times that I've had a bee ruin my soda is not a lot, to be honest with you, but it's enough to where I want this on my soda because I do not want to turn into one of those dogs with the swollen tongue and the big old cheeks just for trying to take a sip of my Dr. Pepper. This print does print out in multiple pieces, but everything snaps together perfectly with no additional anything needed. And get this, there's even different sizes depending on the type of can you have. If you're a Red Bull kind of guy, guess what? There's a lid for Red Bulls. If you're any other size can kind of guy, there's probably a lid for that as well. Just go check out the profile because there's a lot of different options on here, which is why I love this print. And it's just functional. Now I don't have to worry about those bees, those wasps, those scorpions, depending on what part of the world you live in. That is the worst. If I ever take a sip of a soda and I see a scorpion tail come out of that thing, I'm cutting off soda for good. There's no way I'm ever going to take that risk again. Next, we're going to move away from those summer soda prints for just a second because we need to check out this crate battery storage system. Guess what? It's stackable. When I first saw this print, I said to myself, that's a cool idea, but there's no way that they have every battery to ever exist in the history of the universe. And then I looked at the project files. Turns out I was wrong. Literally any battery you can possibly think of, they have a crate for. And the best part about the whole thing is they're all labeled, so you don't have to actually look inside the crate to see what type of battery it is. It just says right on the side. I only printed out 4 of the possible battery types that you can print out because I assume that these are going to be the most popular ones, but let me tell you, just look at the project files. It's just impressive. There was a lot of time and effort putting into modeling all of these just for us to enjoy and print out. So we might as well do the creator a favor and actually enjoy them and print them out and use them. And they're stackable. Now obviously the size of the battery is going to determine how many batteries you can store in the crate. But if you look at the AAA crate, for example, you can hold 20 AAA batteries in just this little tiny area. It's honestly a very efficient use of space. Did I mention they're modular and stackable? I don't think I said anything about that yet, right? There's even a file for a lid for these crates. If you're worried that your batteries might just jump out and take off in the middle of the night, you can make sure that they are locked in there for good. Not for good. The lid is not permanent. It's totally removable. I don't know why I said for good, but you get what I'm saying, right? Another cool thing you could do if you're really committed to that organization is print out every battery type in a different color, so you don't even have to see the letters. All you gotta see is the color. Or you could be boring like me and my voice and print everything out in gray. Either way, I think this is a great print for organization, a very good practical print, and in my opinion, one of the best ways I've seen to store batteries so far. Just like that, we are back with the summer soda prints. I told you it wouldn't take very long. This is the Can Buddy. I think the description of this print just sums it up so perfectly, so I'm gonna read it for you. This 3D printed 6-pack can holder featuring a satisfying click is meticulously designed for securing an effortless one-handed transport of up to 6 standard soda or beer cans. Ideal for festivals, garden gatherings, beach outings, or simply impressing your friends. There's just no possible way I could sum it up any better than that, so I didn't even attempt it. I will be the first person to admit this may not be the most practical print that we've ever seen in the practical prints category. It may be a little bit more on the novelty side, the cool but also has a practical purpose side. You got a 3D printer to print out cool things and impress your friends, right? Don't tell me you got a 3D printer and you didn't tell anybody. I just know that's not true. You've been telling everybody you can. As soon as somebody has a problem, you are the first person to raise your hand and say, hey, I can 3D print something for that. I know you, come on, we're all the same. And that's why you should print the Can Buddy. You can go around with your 6-pack of whatever and everybody's gonna ask you where you got that from, where you bought it, and you get to tell them, oh guys, guess what? I didn't buy this. I 3D printed this. I didn't have to pay anything for this. You don't have to tell them that you paid for the filament. That can just be our little secret. This designer even included a very optimized print profile that does the whole PLA PETG interface trick. So these supports just come off so easily. You could probably flick this support and it would pop right off. So good job on the creator for that one. You really don't see that too often. That's usually a setting you have to change yourself. Man, that practical print category went quicker than the entire month of June. You know what that means? It's time for those under 1 hour prints. These aren't held to a category besides being under 1 hour. They could be practical, they could be cool, or they could be completely random because I make the videos, so you never know what you're gonna get. I will tell you though, the very first under 1 hour print is another soda print. But then we're done. I promise you, all of the soda prints are done after this one. But we gotta check it out because it's right here and it's under 1 hour. This is the beverage can opener that's also a keychain. I know this one might not be useful for everybody, but it's under 1 hour and it fits the summer theme. Even though this is not a summer video, it is a summer video in a way because it's coming out in July. So this is the perfect print for the under 1 hour category, right? Like most of the prints, this one is simple. It just pops open your soda. Especially useful if you have really long nails and you can't quite get under the tab, or maybe you just don't want to break your nails in the first place opening up a soda. Or maybe you just don't want to and you'd rather use a 3D printed tool because again, you like to show people that you 3D print things. You don't have to explain anything to me or give me any reason why you need this print. All you gotta do is print it out for yourself and use it. It's literally a 10.5 minute print. I mean, what do you have to lose? 4.5 grams of filament is what you have to lose, actually. So there is something that you're gonna lose, but it's not much. This could also be a somewhat decent print for your perch tower, so you're not just creating a useless tower. Instead, you could throw it into a print like this, and then you have something functional at the end of a multicolored print. Okay, I know what you've been thinking this whole video. That desk looks really nice. What is it? This is the FlexiSpot E6 stand-sit desk. With the new studio setup, I've been looking for a new desk to record all my videos on, and this one just met all the requirements. It's a smooth white finish, so it looks great on camera. It's 48 by 30 inches, so it's the perfect size for a smaller room like this. It can hold a ton of weight, 220 pounds to be exact, which is nice because when I start piling on all these printers, cameras, and lights onto this thing, it's gonna be quite heavy, and I'm not concerned about it at all. If you're tired of sitting down all day long, all you gotta do is just press that up arrow and bam, now you're standing at your workspace. But then what happens when you get tired of standing? You can just press that down arrow and now you're sitting at your workspace. This desk even has 4 memory settings, so you can save your favorite height for standing, for sitting, and 2 other random activities where you need to change the height of the desk on a regular basis. It's even got an anti-collision system, so you're not going to crush anything above or below it when you're adjusting this desk. If you're interested, you already know the links in the description, so you can just go check that out whenever you want. Thanks again to FlexiSpot for sponsoring today's video, and let's get back with the prints. Next up, we have the cable coil former, so that you can fake the illusion of buying those really expensive USB cables that are already coiled up for your keyboard or your phone charger or your lamp or pretty much anything that needs to be plugged in. Those coiled cables just look so much better, you have to admit, but they're so expensive for no reason. I mean, yes, there is a reason. They're probably way higher quality because they're braided, and if they're more expensive, they're higher quality for the most part. But like you, I don't want to spend that kind of money on a cable that does the same exact thing as a standard cable. I just want the cool looks of it, and now you can get it for 10 grams and 60 minutes of your time. Yes, this print almost made the jump to the practical category. It is just absolutely teetering on the edge of making it into that 1 hour print category, but it did. This print prints out in 3 pieces and has a main piece where you wrap up your cable to give it that nice coil look, and then 2 end caps to keep that cable in place to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. This is also just a great, really aesthetic way of keeping your cables looking nice and clean and getting rid of all that slack. So now you don't have to bunch it up, zip tie it, and throw it behind your monitor. This way it looks good and it's out in the open. So if for some reason you do need more distance on that cable, pop one of the caps off, pull the cable as much as you need, and then lock it in again. What a great print to just improve your daily life. Kind of. It doesn't change anything the cable does, it just makes the cable look better. That's all. I promised you we were done with the soda prints, so instead of a soda cap, we have a lens cap as our next under 1 hour print. If you have a camera, I can guarantee that you have lost your lens cap at least once. Considering I use a camera pretty often, those lens caps get placed all over the place and they're just gone. I'm honestly convinced that I'm gonna find all my missing lens caps wherever all those missing socks go when you throw them in the dryer and they just never come back. They're probably hanging out there with all those missing Tupperware lids too. Unfortunately, you can't 3D print that missing sock, but you can 3D print that lens cap for your camera. And it takes less than 1 hour, and they look amazing because you can pick whatever logo that you want to fit your camera, or no logo, or the Bambu logo if you're really that into 3D printers. Sounds like something I would do, to be honest with you. There are so many different sizes, so unless you need a lens cap for a telescope, you're gonna find what you need in this print. Don't get scared when you click that prepare to print button. I know it says 31 hours. That's if you printed out every single size of every single logo. You don't need to do all that. Just a standard blank lid only takes 35 minutes of your time. So you will need to go in on either the Bambu Studio program on your computer and remove all of the caps that you don't want and print out just the one that you need, or go on the app on your mobile phone and deselect all of the prints that you don't want so that you're only printing out the one that you want. That's how you get it down to that under 1 hour mark. If you want to print out every size and every logo, I mean, go for it. I'm not going to stop you, but that just kind of seems like a waste of filament and time. There's no way that you need all of those lens caps. If you do, I'd be pretty impressed, and I actually might need to hire you as a cameraman. If you're that experienced and have that many lenses and cameras, maybe we should talk. Congratulations! You made it to the art prints. And let me tell you, I have some really cool prints in store for you. I don't want to brag or anything, but I do believe that this is the best art category that we've ever seen in any of these videos. These 3 art prints are so different but so alike in the way that they just capture your attention and you can't stop looking at them. Starting off strong, we have this statue, and I'm honestly not even going to attempt to pronounce the name. I'm just going to show it to you. Now, if you say I was only looking for an excuse to use my new copper filament, you would be 100% correct. It looks amazing, especially paired with a print like this. I scaled this print up 200%, so scaling that back down to 100% is definitely going to cut your print time and your filament use down by quite a lot. The supports are a little bit tricky, but with all art prints, that's almost a part of the fun. Can you actually remove the supports without all of that filament going to waste? I can tell you I've had to reprint my fair share of art prints because I get a little bit frustrated removing supports, I won't lie. The end product is just something so amazing, especially combined with an amazing filament like this. This type of print would also look really good with one of those stone or marble type filaments. The next print in the art/cool category is what I'm going to call the death metal shelf. And I'm totally not changing the name of it because I don't know how to pronounce that word in the middle. It's nothing like that, I swear. Printed out of Sunlu's new Colorful Galaxy Starlight PLA, this print steals your attention very quickly. I can't say much for how well this functioned as an actual shelf, but guess what? This isn't in the practical category, so it doesn't have to be practical. This is the art category, so all it's got to do is grab your attention when you look at it. And this print does that, even with the supports still intact. Speaking of supports, this is some legit tricky support removal. Definitely take your time removing the supports with this one. If you get a little bit frustrated, maybe go take a walk or something, get a drink of water, come back, and get back to it. Much like the other print, this print will look great in a multitude of different filaments. I just chose this one because I needed to test out that new Sunlu filament, you know? Again, this one would look great in that marble filament, or silver, or gray, or even gold. I bet you would look amazing. I think I made the right choice with this filament though. Let me know in the comments what you think would look best for this print. Now, I'm gonna raise the music up a little bit and give you a second to fully admire this print. Okay, that's enough admiring time. We're gonna switch gears quite a bit and take a look at a modern art piece. This is the Ocean's Wave. This is definitely one of those prints that I can picture in a really fancy $1 million plus house just sitting in the corner of the bookshelf. What is it doing? Absolutely nothing but sitting there. But it looks cool while it's doing it. When I decided to print this print out, I couldn't decide if I wanted to go with white filament for the wave like the creator did, or a blue filament to match more of an actual wave. This is what I ended up with. I think I definitely made the right choice. There's something so simple about it, but it just works. The fact that it looks like there's actual fluid moving, it looks like you took a wave and just kind of did a freeze frame on it. This doesn't look like something that could be 3D printed, but it is. It will take you a bit of time though, at 9 hours and 2 plates, but that's just the kind of sacrifice you have to make for something that looks as cool as this. For the first time in this series history, we have an art print as the bonus print. This is pretty groundbreaking stuff, especially for me, because I'm all about those practical prints. Anytime I get a chance to show you a practical print, I do, but today, no. This is the LV chocolate bar. I'm not gonna say the full name because I don't want them coming after me. If they do, hey, this isn't my print, I'm just showing it, that's it. I had nothing to do with the creation of this print right here. And I don't mean to toot my own horn or anything, but that filament choice is just top notch. The rich brown combined with the shiny gold filament is just so perfect. It's exactly what I envisioned when I wanted to print this out. This print really just catches the light a certain type of way, it reflects perfectly. From a distance, it almost looks like it's the real deal. There are multiple different profiles for this print depending on how you want to attach it to things. This one is the D-ring holder. Unfortunately, I don't have a D-ring to actually show you this, but you could easily just as print one with a round eyelet or one that's made for a keychain just right off the rip, so you don't have to worry about getting a D-ring, which is what I would have done if I was a smart man. I'm not, however, so I just printed out the first one I saw. That's all I have for you all in today's video. Let me know which of these prints you're going to print out in the comments down below. That helps me tailor my future videos to give you more prints that you are gonna like. Or let me know if I just completely missed it on this one. There's not a single print that you like. This video sucks. Let me know in the comments. That also helps me tailor my future videos. Or you could just tell me some random fact about yourself in the comments because, I don't know, you can put anything you want down. I really do read every single comment, so if you want to go down there and tell me your grocery list, I'm gonna read through your entire grocery list. That's just how it is. If you made it this far in the video, I of course would recommend subscribing because guess what? There's gonna be more videos like this in the future and you don't want to miss out on that. You should also go check out all my previous videos because they're a lot like this one, just maybe with not as good lighting because I'm learning. Thank you again for checking out the video and thank you again for subscribing because I know you already did it. You wouldn't be this far in the video without subscribing, right? That's just rude. And you're not a rude person, I know you better than that. Well, some of you might be, but I'm just gonna pretend you're not. If you are an ultra fan of these videos and want to join the channel and join all of these great people, I just couldn't thank you enough for doing that. You're gonna get access to special videos that no one else can see, like the full live stream of me building that computer right there. You're also gonna get member-only polls, and discussions, future input into my videos, and a cool little logo next to your name in the comments, but you don't need to do any of that. All I want you to do is enjoy the videos, click subscribe, and have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you later.